The easy deuce, and that puts him all alone at number 2.
At some point in the next couple of weeks, LeBron James is going to break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record, rekindling the already complex GOAT debate. The main problem with the debate is that the top contenders have all played in various eras. No matter what anyone says, you really can't compare them. Every decade in the NBA has had different rules, different players, different access to modern conditioning, and different styles of play. But this is where stats like win shares per 48 minutes, performance efficiency rating, and box plus minus come into play. No, they don't allow us to compare the GOAT candidates directly, but they show us how much better they were than their teammates and opponents in any given year, averaging out for however physical, fast, or offensively oriented the game was being played. Looking at this graphic I created, MJ is the clear favorite, considering he's the all-time leader in all 3 advanced stats and points per game to boot. If you include his 2 years as a Wizard, he's still number 1 in all 4 categories, except box plus minus, where Nikola Jokic has recently surpassed him. No matter what advanced stat you're using, MJ is simply the best. Furthermore, he was an all-star in every season he played and never allowed a Game 7 in the finals. But what about the greatest winner of all time, Bill Russell? 6 for 6 in the finals is great, but what about 11 for 12 in the finals, including 2 as a player-coach and 6 over the Jerry West Elgin Baylor Lakers? Not only that, but Bill Russell won the NCAA tournament twice at USF, won the 1956 Olympics, and went 22-0 in winner-take-all games. And then there's LeBron, who's 38 and is still averaging 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists a game. For comparison, Kareem was averaging 23, 6, and 4 at this age. And barring any career-ending injuries, LeBron will inevitably break Kareem's records for points scored and all-star selections in the next couple of seasons, in what many say is the most advanced era of all time. Simply put, LeBron has been the best player in an era where coaches, trainers, doctors, and scouts have more knowledge and technology at their disposal than ever before, making LeBron the king of basketball in its most evolved state. Furthermore, statistically speaking, LeBron has faced more all-time greats than any other GOAT candidate before him. This is a list of NBA players that are in the top 50 all-time for performance efficiency rating, box plus minus, and win shares per 48 minutes. The cream of the crop across all 3 major advanced stats. Back in the 50s and 60s, there weren't many threats to Bill Russell's hegemony. In the 80s and 90s, more all-time great players have their careers, but it has been in the last couple decades that the number of these players has peaked, largely in part due to the influx of stars overseas. LeBron has gone up against 6 international players in the 50-50-50 club, and 10 native-born players of this caliber. Meanwhile, Jordan faced only 9 total, with Hakeem being the lone international. Finally, Bill Russell faced no foreign players at this level, since the game wasn't quite as worldwide at that time. And so, even though LeBron has had a longer career than Jordan and Russell, he's still had to face more all-time greats on a yearly basis. Does this mean that the average basketball player is that much better these days? Hard to say. What we do know, though, is that LeBron definitely had a more difficult path to winning MVPs and championships than Jordan or Russell did, considering there are more great players in his way. So, how does this all affect the GOAT debate? When LeBron passes Kareem in points, he'll still be 7 rings shy of Bill Russell and won't have had as dominant of a prime as Michael Jordan did. What he will have done, though, is cement his legacy as the player with the longest prime of all time, in an era where the talent pool was larger and more advanced than ever before. Thanks for watching.